We find Vecna, we end this once and for all. Together.
On December 25th.
We have a plan. It's a bit insane. Everyone in?
He knows where we are.
Watch out!
Get ready for one last adventure.
We stay true to ourselves. Stay true to our friends, no matter the cost.
Found you. Stranger Things, Season 5, Volume 2, begins December 25th. Only on Netflix.
My name is Percy Jackson. Getting in trouble is like breathing for me.
The hit series returns to Disney Plus and Hulu.
The danger the camp is under is greater than you can possibly imagine.
For the key to our survival, 3 of you must quest to the Sea of Monsters.
Let's go do the impossible.
Percy Jackson and the Olympians. New season 2 episode premiere December 10th on Disney Plus and Hulu. Learn more at disneyplus.com/what's-on.
Say hello to the all-new Alexa Plus and see how Alexa can do so much more for you. Need tickets to see your favorite artist? Craving your comfort restaurant? Just sit back, relax, and talk naturally. Alexa's on it. It learns your style, anticipates what's next, and makes it happen across Echo, Fire TV, and more. Learn more at amazon.com/new Alexa.
Hello. Hi, sinners.
Why do you say it like that?
Well,
XOXO.
Then I was gonna make another joke, and then I was like, well, now I've taken it from, my meds will kick in. But I was like, I was making a Sinners reference, but then as soon as I said it in that voice, it then took me to Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And I was like, no, Megan, don't make that reference, because the original reference is because that's what we're talking about today.
Yes, that's what we're talking about today. But yes, we are doing a special episode of But Am I Watching for Sinners. We haven't done a But Am I Watching in a long time.
No, what was the last one?
I think it was
Twitches?
Twitches. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the issue was all of our people that were writing in was going to the spam part that we couldn't control
so
at the time.
You guys didn't like this version of the show. Turns out you actually... When we saw how many people are submitting for Sinners, I was like, I'm so sorry. You guys actually love this.
Yes. And so many people have written in for Twitches, but we didn't see them. But we've maybe figured out what the issue was.
Yeah. And this is going to be a great episode. This is going to be, fair warning, we're about to get... We're gonna be in heat on Maine. we're gonna get horny on Maine. And what can you expect when? Well, do we even tell people that we now have a second shared celebrity crush?
Yeah, we can tell them. We finally can agree on a white man.
Which that's actually been our toughest.
Yeah,
our toughest battle.
I think Jake Johnson might be the only other person.
Yeah. Yeah. And that other white man is David. Do you know his last name?
I don't even know what his name is.
Melissa. So his last name is, by the way, he's my age.
Yeah.
Okay.
How old did you think he was? Like older?
Yeah.
Oh, no, he looks your age to me.
What do you mean I'm not 12? His name is David Cornsweat.
Oh, and yes, I did know that because I thought it was a fake name for a porn star.
Men are so lucky that they don't have, like, do you know what I mean? Like, they get to have
I would have changed
names
my
like
name. I'm not joking.
Yeah, because we're women. Like,
yes.
You can't be famous as a woman with the last name is Cornsweat.
Yes.
Which, by the way, is deeply Superman coded.
Yeah.
Like
Cornbread Fred. I said Fred. Fed.
Yeah. Same thing. But yeah, we both like him. And then there's actually enough Michael B. Jordan to go around in this movie for us. Though.
It is.
Unless we find out we like the same one the most.
Well, the format of this show is that we're going to give a little summary up top. We'll read, a lot of you wrote in. I don't know if we'll be able to get to all of them, but we'll do our hot takes and then y'all's hot takes and then the worst of the movie. So shall we get into it?
We shall. Do you want to start? Or do you want me
I can give a little summary of what it is. Sinners is a 2025 American horror ? Film Directed and written by Ryan Coogler. It stars the delectable Michael B. Jordan.
Wait, can we pause? Because I want Coco to insert this when you say Ryan Coogler. Yay area!
I know you said Bay Area, but...
No, you say yay area.
Oh, so it was yay area. I was going to say it sounded like yay area. Yeah. Okay.
It's okay. I'm just teaching you.
Thanks. Thanks. I know the fizzle and I know yay area now. It's set in 1932 Mississippi Delta. It follows two twin brothers, Smoke and Snack, as I was about to say.
Okay, bias.
That's actually not my favorite one.
Oh, okay.
They're World War veterans, and they're returning home to Mississippi, where they just left Chicago. They got money that they stole from gangsters. They buy a sawmill, which they're turning into a juke joint. What else is going on here? There's vampires. There's exes. This is where our cultures meet. The vampire, lead vampire, Irish. This is our Black and Irish cultures merging. And I feel like anything else we'll really get into it because of people's hot take. We'll talk around it. But if you haven't seen it, spoilers abound. Go see it. It's on HBO Max, or you can purchase it.
It's on Prime now too, right?
As like a purchase.
Oh.
Because it's, yeah.
I can't remember. I'm going to be honest with you, Melissa. I pulled it up to watch last night and I fell asleep on the couch. I wasn't able to watch it again last night, but I did watch.
You did watch it recently, though. I haven't watched it since May. So
quite recently, and I watched. I went through and watched a couple of the like long form commentary of movie people that I've been meaning to watch. That I was like, oh, perfect time to discuss this. And then I will say I did go on Reddit because I was curious if there were, I knew we had people write in, but I was like, maybe there's some other people's like hot takes on here that we can discuss. We can't because those people are fucking stupid.
Great. Love it. That's why we have our own community.
Exactly. And first up, we have the our own personal. It could be our own personal hot take, feeling about it, whatever. And mine is, I guess I don't hate all twins.
I didn't even think about that.
Melissa,
I didn't even think about that.
I thought about it the whole time, and I thought, look at me, eating my words, nom nom nom, slurping those babies up. And I will say, I did find out that they had Michael Jordan had to work with twin consultants, and I desperately need to know if it's one person who is a twin or is it two separate people.
The twins coming in together, so he can really like
expert on twins, or did they just bring twins for them to be like, okay, look what we do, and he's like, okay, weird. And then I will say on Reddit, people were like, oh my God, like the way I immediately had to Google, I was like, you guys, like the way I had to immediately Google after, because I thought I was doing one of those racist white people thinking that these two men just like looked the same.
Oh my God.
And I was like,
grow up.
That's Michael B. By the way, it's not even like, that's Michael B. Jordan.
Right.
It's not even a matter of like, oh, this black man might look like another. No,
it's
you
Michael
should know
B.
who this black man is.
Yes. I will say the man that was his double, because when he was being one twin, they had to have another, is also very hot.
Very hot. We saw pictures of him before the movie came out. We were like, who is that? Stunning.
And he was doing, like, he was actually acting. It wasn't just him, just standing in. He was actually acting. And I saw some scenes and he was doing a pretty good job.
That's like you like when you're doing that kind of like a twin role, like you have to hire someone who's, because you have to act off of someone. It's not fair the other way. You can't give a tennis ball performance.
Yeah. So
which, if anyone doesn't know, that's what you do for CGI.
If
you're like having a scene with the dragon.
Yeah.
But yeah, this to me was like, it made me have to like face my discomfort with twins head on and like unpack my own biases with twins. I will say, it is funny to me that even in male adulthood, twins do have to wear coordinating outfits. Like there was something I was like, okay, at the end of the day, these twins are like, I don't hate these twins, but these twins, they're still twins.
They had on different hats.
Yeah, but they were dressed like Mary-Kate and Ashley. Like,
Bad
it
on
was
different
very
hats.
much like, I'm in pink and you're in blue. Like, it was, my suit's a little bit bigger, yours is a little bit skinnier. And it was, but I would say, like, I loved, like, the aspect of them being twins for the, like, plot point of it. But then the fact that twins typically dress coordinating outfits, that was also helpful narrative-wise to follow who's who.
Yeah.
Because, like, the more that he acts in it, he's delivering two incredibly different performances. And we know Coogler gets the best of the best out of him.
Yes, he does.
But at the start, I was like, okay, this is helpful. This is helpful so I can see which, are you the red twin or are you the blue twin? Yeah, that is my hot take. I have a lot of other, like, random, like, just, like,
thoughts.
Yeah, like, stream of consciousness thoughts about it. If you want me to get into that, or do you want me to save that?
We'll save it.
Okay.
If you've shopped online, it's extremely likely that you've bought from a business powered by Shopify. You know that purple Shop Pay button you see at checkout? The one that makes the process from, I think I'm ready to buy, to, I can't wait till it gets here, so incredibly easy? That's Shopify. And there's a reason so many businesses sell with it, because Shopify makes it easy to start and run your business. Shopify is the commerce platform behind 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started. It gives you a leg up from the very beginning, with hundreds of beautiful, ready-to-go templates to express your brand style, so you don't have to spend time coding a website. Shopify allows you to tackle all the important tasks in one place, from inventory to payments to analytics and more. Plus, they have built-in marketing and email tools to help find and keep new customers, so you can easily spread your brand's word. And did I mention that iconic purple Shop Pay button that's used by millions of businesses around the world? It's the reason why Shopify has the best converting checkout on the planet. Your customers already know it, love it, and actually use it. If you want to see less carts being abandoned, it's time for you to head over to Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/realm. Go to shopify.com/realm. Shopify.com/realm.
This episode is brought to you by McAfee.
I found this great place to stay this weekend.
Click on the link and book it.
Oh, wow. McAfee alerted me that this site is fake and even blocked it.
Cyber criminals create fake sites to steal your passwords and financial data. McAfee identifies and blocks these sites to keep you safer online, so you can book your trip without worry. Learn more at McAfee.com/online protection.
Kraft mac and cheese is the best thing ever. It's even better than pop music. You look just as natural enjoying us at age 13 as you do 55. Kraft mac and cheese. Best thing ever.
All right. My hot take is, well, first I want to start by saying that this is the absolute truth that Ryan, best eater out there, I'm guessing, Coogler.
The way I was like, now do I want to fuck you too?
Well, his wife stays pregnant, and she's also a producer on this film.
His wife's gorgeous too.
Coogler, like, he put his whole tongue in this. I really think that he's that dude. Like, he's a brilliant visionary. If his name is on something, I'm absolutely going to be in the seats watching it. When I saw the film Sinners, well, before I saw it, actually, Spike Lee had made this statement that he told me the film was a horror film. I don't think it's a horror film. I think he invented a new genre. And honestly, during my first viewing of this, I was like, yeah, he totally did. Like, I wholeheartedly agree with Spike Lee. And I thought out thinking, like, yeah, Ryan Coogler really, really started something new. But then on my second viewing, and that was back in May, Now it's July. I've lived a lot of life in between then, which is getting a new job.
Okay.
And with that new job,
in my head, I was like, but you were already a track star when you saw this for the first time. That's what my mind was like, a whole new personality.
Yes,
the
yes,
running
yes.
era.
Yes. Still in that era. I'm not traveling with the track team though, so I'm done for now.
You're a fully grown adult with a job.
So was a lot of these other people.
They're not retired.
No.
Or like have money that they don't have to work.
They probably have money, but
do they work full time?
Yeah, because like the stuff is like on the weekends.
Wow.
But I'm just not going to
because
Alabama to run a track meet.
No, because besides having a job, you have a social life. You have, You're a fully well-rounded person whose entire personality is not just run.
But I would like to say that the genre of that Sinners belongs to already existed. And I truly believe it doesn't always get the recognition it deserves because the genre is something that is enjoyed by women in the literary world. And what is this genre? Romantasy.
This is a great hot take. Sinners is romantasy.
It is romantasy, and this is why. So the Santa Clara County Library says that romantasy is a genre that blends fantasy and romance, where the romantic relationship is a central plot element alongside the fantasy world and its conflicts. It's essentially a type of fantasy fiction where romantic relationship is crucial to the story as the fantastical elements, epic adventures, and passionate love stories within the intricate fantasy world. And yes, before anyone asks, vampires are absolutely part of the fantasy world. They are supernatural beings defying the laws of nature as we know them, placing them firmly within the realm of fantasy. And while vampire lore can certainly pop in as horror or even sci-fi, the core concept of a creature that is neither alive nor dead with supernatural abilities is a staple of fantasy. So, we've established that fantasy is part of this. Where's the romance? The first 40 minutes of this movie is just setting up all the romantic relationships that is what carries the rest of the film. So their actions, their motivations, their very moments that are very thoughtful in the film are always linked to what their partner is doing. So we've got Smoke and Annie, Stack and Mary, Sammy and Perlene, Bo and Grace, and even like lesser but significant notes, we've got Cornbread, who the reason why he even ends up going is because his pregnant wife is like, we need that money. And then, of course, there's the undeniable love affair between Delta Slim and his liquor, a comedic yet clear romantic attachment. Each one of these couples, whether central or peripheral, falls neatly into their own established romantic trope. The film is built on these romantic relationships, propelling the narrative forward just as much as the fantastical elements. So next time you think about Sinners, consider it not a new, undefined genre, but as a brilliant, action-packed, and undeniable romantic fantasy, a truly exceptional piece of romantasy that deserves its place among the best of the genre. Thank you.
Look at you. You're like, I dipped my toe in romantasy. No, you full deep dive into this genre. And you know it better than anyone at this point. So I think that's a wonderful hot take.
Thank you.
Now that you say this, Melissa, I can now think of so many other things that boys enjoy. Game of Thrones. That's
a romantasy. Yes.
There's even incest in that, which is one of like the like illicit, forbidden tropes in these romantic. Melissa, every Star Wars. I've never seen Star Wars, but I'm sure Star Wars is there.
Somewhat.
Okay, I don't know.
Romance isn't like a central part of Star Wars.
Maybe that's why I've never seen it, because there's not enough. Yeah. There's not enough.
And also pops. There is, when you first see it, you think that there might be incest going on because we don't know that they're brother and sister into the second film. But they just like look like they never do anything, but it seems like they're interested in the other, but they never actually do anything.
Well, and that's what could have taken Lord of the Rings to like a movie I would have enjoyed watching, just because they tempted me with the romance aspect of the romantasy, a gay romantasy, which I do think we need more elf on elf romantasy.
I've got in my show, we have vampire and a werewolf together. That's a gay couple. And then we're setting up a lesbian couple where one is fae and one is half witch, half werewolf. So,
my God, checking all the boxes there.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Wow, I'm gonna start thinking about like every series differently now because of this. That's a really good point. So my other thoughts, like you said, he is one of the greatest directors of our generation, and like in general, a lot of times directors are either. For anyone who doesn't know, directors come up, you can't just like become a director. You have to come up through a certain avenue. So you can be a director who came through lighting. You can be a director who came through cinematography. You can be a director who came through acting, or director who came through editing. And most often you can tell when you watch a project what their like bread and butter is, because it's usually what they value the most when they are making their own productions. But then also like in general, like you'll get really good performances out of directors who were actors, but it might be like a little too long. The pacing might be because they indulge in that.
Yes, and the camera movements are very basic.
Yes, and then if it's someone who's in editing, there might be like a lot of ADR. There might be a lot of special effects. Like it's a lot of like the acting is
ADR
secondary.
is adding audio after you've done the principal recording.
So when you're watching it afterwards and you're like, that sounds a little different, it's because they're recording it in a booth and doing their best to match it. But yeah, so like it's picking up a lot of things like, oh, we'll fix it in the edit, but in general, those tend to be paced very, very well. So all of that, I have to say that like you can't tell where he came from.
Yep.
Because he sets up every shot like it's art in a way that like to compare it to like Greta Gerwig and specifically Barbie, which she's taking inspiration from like still images of movies and like paintings and that kind of stuff. And you have that, but then you have like an incredible amount of pacing, like so perfect. The score is amazing and like musicality wise, which again, you usually think of that as an editing, someone who's really into the edit is focusing a lot on like the post-production music and adding all of that. But then the performances are so good. The actual physical shots and the choices he makes with the camera are all interesting, which makes it seem like he comes from a cinematographer background. And like, there's a reason why they pay him the big bucks, because he checks off all of those, every single one of those boxes, which I don't know any other director off the top of my head who I think does.
Yes. And he understands cameras in a way that is like so beyond me. I've seen him break down camera, not just the equipment, but shots. They also created specific camera technology for this film. And that's why it looks so smooth between the two actors. It doesn't look like a split screen, because they had Michael B. Jordan do the same thing, but also there was this camera that like went around him so that
they can get the rest
we
of the
could
shot.
get the rest of the shot in it, so it doesn't look choppy, which happens in a lot of when the actor is being played by the same actors playing two different characters.
Or like Parent Trap, you just see like the shots, you don't see them.
They're
limited to what they can do acting with each other, which this, as soon as like the initial shot of like lighting it for him, I was like, oh,
we're in a different world.
You've done something that nobody else, like this is, it's about to be like, buckle up. This is not going to be like what you think it is.
Yeah.
And so this one I saw on Reddit, which I thought was really interesting, where someone talked about like the statement of like the vultures in the movie symbolizing death. And then I was like, yeah, totally. But then I read a comment, which I'll get to, which I was like, wait, that's really interesting. And so there's two in the intro when the twins are there, and then a third comes in when the white KKK member comes. And then when Stack, Sammy, and Slim are in the car driving through the fields, the vultures are far away, which is kind of our establishing shot to like, then next we get to the house where the KKK members and the vampire comes, and the vultures are sitting on top of the house. And then they're, of course, just chilling on top of the barn at the juke. But then someone in the Reddit comment said, culture vultures. And I was like, yeah, 100%. And they also, the symbolism of like following specifically Klans people wherever they go because bodies will follow, I thought was like very, very, very interesting. And I literally, like my thoughts when I walked out of the movie was like, I can't wait to watch the director's commentary. Like, I can't wait to like, I want to take a college course on like the symbolism of this. And like, I'm usually like, this is something that like I would read this in a book. Like I would enjoy dissecting this. It doesn't have to be a visual medium for me to enjoy. Like the storytelling was like so profound that, you know, in like high school classes when they're like, now what do the blue curtains represent? And sometimes you're like, oh my God, like chill.
And I'm
Nothing.
pretty sure the author meant nothing. A lot of times when they ask the author, they're like, I just picked a color.
And this was what I was like, I wished fucking God that this was a book that I could have done this for in high school. Cause like there's so much
meaning, yeah.
that you just want to keep unraveling. Cause when you unravel one thing, then another thing comes and another thing comes. And yeah, I wrote that I really wish I could ever take a peek into his brain because the number of plates he is spinning at the same time is like insane. And how he's able to tie everything all together like that too is just so impressive. And then before I get into one of my last things, which I think I've talked about before, but I made a more succinct list, was the first vampire a Christian? So then to me, it turns into the symbolism of not only colonization, but conversion, because you convert someone to being a vampire and you convert somebody to Christianity. And I was like, this is so interesting. And the slipping in and out of like the Irish accent and all of that, I was like, oh, this is like so, like, I want to learn this in a history course. Like this to me is like is a vehicle for understanding so much more of that. And like, there's been like a lot of discussions on TikTok and stuff as of late of like the similarities not the similarities, that's not true, of the typical like intrinsic understanding of like Ireland tends to be not aligned in the same way that we think of like America and their political belief system. I'm not saying that Ireland is 100% flawless and wonderful and great, especially when you get into Northern Ireland. You mean like all of that separation and stuff like that. But like there's a whole narrative on TikTok of when the Queen died, the two people who are celebrating was Black TikTok and Irish TikTok. And it was like, oh, there is a connection and a tie here to these journeys and these stories. But at the end of the day, in this story and in the vast majority, these Irish people are white. And so they are still also, his whole character of like not really being, from what I've read, like he came around at a time that racism is not what it was in this current moment when he was a human, not a vampire. But like he's still perpetrating racism and colonization, even as a vampire, not knowing it because he is white. And that privilege exists regardless if like the construct of race exists or not, because even though you're transported here right now, you're still transported here as a white man. You can't be like absolving of that, which I thought was also so fucking interesting because there is another aspect of people who have been from other marginalized or oppressed groups throughout history, not necessarily present day, of being like, well, I could never be like that because I understand you in that way. So I was like, this is just, it felt like college level interesting and I just loved it. And then finally, Stack can hit it, smoke for the rest of the time, but unfortunately I am toxic, so I do love Stack.
I told you yesterday, I was like, we're going to be on the opposite sides with this one.
Yeah, so what's your thought?
I'm with Smoke.
You never let Stack hit it.
I mean, yeah, I would.
I'm
but
not crazy.
But like, Smoke is my man.
Well, yeah, because Smoke is a reliable man. Stack, I'm not saying it's good, but I'm
Smoke is also like, Smoke just shoot somebody in the street. Like, so like he's a little. They're both toxic in their own ways, but Smoke is my man.
I love them both. Yeah. And my review on Letterboxd, let me read it too.
I gotta get back on Letterboxd since I just have my old lady films up there. I gotta start making.
You got it. Everybody, please go to the Patreon to see, because I'm gonna give you a visual of what my review is, but you can also follow me on Letterboxd. It's just my name. And my review, let's see if you can see this. Wait.
I see me, but I can't really see the emoji.
Imagine if it was gray.
I can't tell what that is. That a cock?
No. What would you call a building that has a point at the top?
Eiffel Tower.
Yeah. So that's just my review. 5 stars. Eiffel Tower me.
Yeah. Makes sense. All right, let's take a break, and when we get back, we'll get into your hot takes.
This episode is brought to you by eBay. Buying parts for your car? You'll know that will it work feeling. But on eBay, buying parts is different. eBay's free returns means if it doesn't fit, or if it isn't what you expected, you just print a label, drop it off, and get your refund fast. No haggling, no stress, and at least 30 days to return any eligible item. Millions of parts, free returns. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
This week on Seen on the Screen, join me, Jacqueline Coley, as I sit down with award-winning costume designer Paul Tazwell, the visionary behind the stunning looks of Wicked and Wicked for Good. We take a closer look at two of the iconic costumes from Glinda and Elphaba, the subtle details you may have missed, and the Broadway shows that inspired Paul's love of costuming. Step behind the scenes of Wicked for Good and tune into Seen on the Screen wherever you listen to podcasts.
With new, gentler scented Clorox disinfecting wipes, clean finally smells as good as it feels. On everything from lamps to ceiling fans. Even on your kid's toy shark. Oh, ouch. Clorox disinfecting wipes. Now available in crisp lemon. Find it on Amazon. Clorox. Clean feels good.
All right, we're back, and now it's time for your hot takes for sinners.
Okay, this person's hot takes are, number one, it was too short. 2 hours and 17 minutes was not enough. I need at least 3 hours of Michael A. and B. Jordan.
Let me, as a Michael B. Jordan lover, his father is Michael A. Jordan, so it would be Michael B. Jordan and Michael C. Jordan. I just need to put that out there.
Or maybe Michael B. Jordan, Michael B squared. Okay, no, now it's math, and I don't really know what the square root means.
Yeah, no.
Okay, second, people who don't like this movie don't know / don't appreciate history and are racist. Yeah, after I read those Reddit things, it was mostly just the latter. What people who don't think Annie was Smoke's love interest are fatphobic. I'm actually sorry. I didn't know that there were people who didn't think that was the love interest.
So there was a thing when the movie first came out, they thought that Annie was their mother. The twins' mother. One, they are the same age. They look the same age.
Did they think they were born vampires?
Two, when we're looking at them, Annie and Smoke, they are instantly eye fucking. So I think that is deep trauma on your end that you cannot recognize the eye fucking as like their sexual tension as soon as they laid eyes on each other. And then shortly after they lay eyes on each other, they are fucking each other.
Yeah, we go from eye fucking to
talking about
to fucking. I had no idea that it was never even came to me that this was an option that some people were like, yeah, no, that never crossed my mind.
No. All right, next one. This is my hot take on Sinners. I love the movie and watched it after partaking in some gardening. However, there's this weird 20-minute-ish section that feels so cheesy, like they didn't have enough budget to complete the idea or look that they were going for. Example, is there a fiery tornado of vampires that went up in the sky? I feel like they just threw it in there for dramatic effect.
Way, I need special effects are not a budget. That saying that that's a budget way to do it is not.
No,
fundamentally not it.
I need you to watch it when you're not smoking because I saw your comment before I watched it last night. So that I could look. It's not a tornado. They just catch on fire. It doesn't swirl. What section
are they talking about? That's 20 minutes.
At the end, when they're fighting the final battle with the vampires. When they burn up at the end because the sun comes out.
Oh. Wait, so is that like the end of the 20-minute section or the beginning, do you think?
I think they're starting at the fight scene, is what they're saying.
So I will also say, just in general, when budgeting movies, fight scenes are the most expensive. So they allot the most budget to that first. So you're not ever going to get like a thrown together, like climax fight scene. They allotted that first.
And also he had the money that he needed. Like the budget was how much it cost. And by that, I mean, they just said, go make this movie, have blank however check. Much money that you want. Mm-hmm. So, like, I think you need to go back and watch it because it did not look cheesy at all to me.
The the fact it's supposed to be one night, and we know that because of like how the movie starts. And so like it is going to be rushed because the sun is.
I didn't feel like it was rushed though. It was
no, but I mean
timed.
like the day is there's a reason why they're panicking as they're making their weapons. They're doing all of that is because like they only have to survive until the sun comes up. Like we know that that's our timer there the whole time, and so the sun comes up at the pace the sun always comes up. So if it feels rushed, that's the time that it takes for the sun to come up, and that's what we've been waiting for. And so the prolonging of it, like if anything, if you want to say like it felt like the night was too long and this was like like the sun should come up sooner, but like that is like the time frame of the movie, and that is how quickly the sun comes up. But I also think part of the reason why I like that, like there's this really fucking long buildup, and then like the fight part and of them dying like is not extended. It's not like gratuitously long or anything like that. And then they're just dead, and like you just have to go back and to your regular life, and like your day goes on, and like this horrible thing happened in like a flash of an instant.
Yep.
And I think to me, like that is something that the vampires are like, okay, the ones who survived are like another day, but like it's never going to be the same for the people who are, for the humans there. It's never going to be like that. And you have this like shell-shocked, did this actually just happen? Did I dream this kind of thing? Which I think the timing, you need that for, to have that feeling.
Agree. All right, next.
Okay. Oh, my twin. I believe that Michael B. Jordan is an objectively attractive man. So you're wrong. There's only two of us.
And two of them.
Yep, exactly. I cannot tell you exactly what it is about him, but that man is fine. Obviously, me saying he is sexy is not a hot take, but I must know, is there anyone out there who disagrees? Am I wrong for thinking that he is someone that everyone can agree on? I have to assume. Is that me being ignorant? Like, to me, I'm like, if you have eyes, you think he's hot.
Everybody that I know thinks he's hot. Some people are like, he has a weak chin, and I'm like, okay.
Okay, nitpicky.
So.
Chill. I don't want to date the Crimson Chin.
Right.
Yuck. They just love Jay Leno. Not my type, sorry. One of my best friends and I are very, very different. I'm 24 years old. 24. That was 20 feet. I'm 24 years old, white, queer, grew up on the East Coast.
Since when?
Yeah. Where bitch, what? I'm sorry. This is brand new information to me. Grew up on the East Coast, tall, winky face, or nope, sad face. She is 28, black, straight, West Coast, short. But the thing that the most different about us is our taste when it comes to men. She could point out a man that she thinks is the epitome of sexy, but I am repulsed by him, and he is repulsed by me. It is truly fascinating. But Michael B. Jordan, we both become a cartoon awooga character. I have yet to meet someone who does not find him attractive. Man, woman, gay, straight, vampire, or normal. They all think he is sexy. And they are right. Is Michael B. Jordan a man everyone can agree on? Could Michael B. Jordan be used as a tool for finding common ground and resolution? Can a white version of him wear a sweater? And more importantly, would we all agree that he ate in it? Wow. Oh my God. Shout out. Mary, we're giving you a full name shout out. Mary. First of all, you had a namesake in this movie. How'd you feel about that? And my God. You know what? You know who ate with this? You ate with this, Mary.
You ate with this. Also, the people you described are very much like me and Megan. But this is who we can come together. Now we have a second one, but we came together on.
Oh, we should ask you, Mary, talk to your friend. How do you both feel about David Cornsweat?
Yes.
And show the different iterations, because Melissa and I do prefer different iterations of him.
But I think he looks good in all of it, but there's one that I like better.
I don't like him in Twisters. I didn't know
he was in Twisters, so I didn't see Twisters.
You didn't see Twisters?
No.
I thought you did, finally.
No.
Oh. You should watch
I've never seen this man before except for as Superman.
Yeah. If you saw him in Twisters, you'd be like, this solar panel salesman, this AT&T salesman, like, he's like in a polo shirt and is like half his size. Clean shaven, looking like a douche. And then finally, P.S. I made some calls to ensure that a theater in our city got the 75mm version for her to be able to see it, and she went 7 times. Friendship. Oh, that's so lovely.
That's sweet.
You know, I now have like confirmation bias, or no, what's it? Confirmation bias or recency bias, or what's that thing when like you think something and then you start seeing it?
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but I know what you're talking about.
But it is tall, blonde, white friend, short, black, best friend. I see everywhere I go. And then I give them a smile and you're not with me. And so they go, who is this lady? And I'm looking at them like, just like us. And they're like, what the fuck?
I want to say that, like, I saw it in 70 millimeter in the theater, and then I saw this at home, and it is a completely different experience.
Yeah. I would kill for a 75 millimeter theater to put it with reclining seats.
Yeah. It was hard watching it where I was, but I felt like I was in the movie.
I want to,
when and also seeing it as someone that didn't know what the movie was about at first, I was very scared the first time. The second time I saw it, it wasn't scary at all. And that's why I also firmly believe it's not a horror film.
But there's only so many categories to market within.
Let's get this romantasy going.
Exactly.
All right. Then the next person said, love Sinners. I have a lot of thoughts about it on a serious note, but one thing I couldn't stop thinking about was the fact that the most insufferable interracial couples I know would absolutely be dressing up as Mary and Stack, specifically the 90s version of them at the end, and would absolutely be the girl's idea who would just casually ignore the fact that Mary was Black. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people not knowing that Haley Steinfeld was Black and being very upset that, like, white people being upset that she was cast too.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, they're like, she's one of us. I'm like,
she's
quite literally the exact genetic breakdown of the character.
Yeah, except for, I mean, the blackness part, because she's
also Filipino.
Yeah. But yes, the blackness part is the same breakdown. Her grandfather, just like in this film, her grandfather is half Black.
Mm-hmm. Did you see that Halsey said that she auditioned for it?
Yes. Does
and
Halsey
then Halsey
act?
said, maybe. But Halsey was like, there's not many of us.
Yeah.
Like, they wanted to go for, like, genetically the right percentage. And she was like, there's not that many of us.
Yeah. But Halsey's is half, right?
No, I think I thought it was the same.
But she is white passing.
Yes. You're right. Maybe that's why they wanted the...
Or they just simply rewrote it to specifically fit Haley, too. That could be a...
No, yeah, totally. And it helps with... It makes a lot of sense in the story.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I agree. There's going to be a lot, and shame on them. Unless you are Black and white passing, don't do it. All right, next one.
Mm-hmm. We need more Irish/blues music mashups. Agree. Mm-hmm. General thoughts. I need to know what Baz Luhrmann thinks of the music scene. Fuck yes. Ryan Coogler is saving cinema. I was a little disappointed in some of the cliche vampirisms. I don't know how you would say that. They leaned on, but at least no one was sparkling.
So vampire tropes have to exist in order for it to be a vampire story. So I wish you would have gave us this specific thing that you didn't like, because them can't be in the sun, and the stake to the heart, the garlic, the having to be invited in, those are tropes that if those don't exist, they're not vampires.
Yeah, it becomes like a hybrid kind of different creature in that way. And I think like a lot of people, even Mott's was like, oh, it's like the vampire thing. I was like, yeah, but it's about vampires. Like if it was about a different like fantasy kind of character or whatever, but there's expanding upon the vampires in like whatever the context is. So Twilight, they had their skin was marble. They were hard to the touch and they sparkled. And when they have sex, it sounds like plates clamoring together. Like that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, but that's how they expanded the world for them.
Yes. And then this, we have like specifically vampire, like we have like the music aspect tying into like, music and demons and satanic, and like it being like a connection to spirits, both good and bad, which is like other kind of like lore from just like folklore, as well as like different like religious aspects to it.
Culturally too, both for Irish and Black, like culturally it was tied in.
And like the of like music being storytelling, and sometimes the stories that you tell are not always about good people or good things, and you're inviting those spirits or inviting those things into your home. So like this to me, like it expanded upon it. But I also think that like the fact that like their eyes didn't turn like the tip, like, you know what I mean? Like that's one of the things that like vampires' eyes and their fangs will always be slightly different in every movie. So to me, I think it was like the perfect amount of like storytelling wise needing to be invited in, I think is crucial. Like you can't, because the pacing of a vampire movie, like you need to have that kind of barrier there. And I think they like went through the garlic quite quick. And then the stake to the heart, I wouldn't believe any other way. And like, I don't want to see Twilight where they just go, we have to rip their heads off.
Right.
Where they jump and crouch and they're literally like squatting on their head and then they rip off Dakota Fanning's head. Spoiler.
All right, next one.
Mm-hmm.
My hot take is that it would have been better if they all turned into vampires and then killed the KKK as vampires.
Now, that is a Quentin Tarantino film.
I also disagree with that because, one, Annie gave us why. Like, she was saying that they're no longer who they are in their bodies once they change into vampires. Also, she did not want to be a vampire. She specifically asked, like, if it happened, stake me. And then she got her happy ending with her baby and eventually Smoke too, who he single-handedly, we didn't need vampires to do it. He single-handedly took them down. And if they had been vampires, then that means the KKK members would have turned into vampires.
That was my thing, where it's like, vampires can, yes, of course, technically kill humans and not turn them into vampires. But like, if they get overwhelmed, whatever, like you then have the issue of now we have KKK members as vampires. And like, if we're keeping their same morality, which is why they would want to kill the KKK members when they have turned into vampires. Unfortunately, now we have vampiric KKK members and that's a hell of a lot scary. Like, that's no.
Yeah. And then they wouldn't have been able to be free because a lot of them did not want to be vampires. So we've got Perlene was able to be free after she saved Sammy. She literally took that bite for him. When we're going into the love stories, we've got Bo and Grace. Like, she staked Bo as soon as she could. And then I think she caught on fire, maybe. I don't remember what specifically happened, but it was so that they wouldn't be stuck in that in-between.
Yeah, and I think, like, to view it as, like, even if you don't listen to the fact that, like, they're not the same people, Mary was living a very unfulfilled life that she didn't want to live. And when now she's a vampire, like, not to draw comparisons to Twilight, but like Bella's being like, turn me into a vampire. I want, like, she feels a sense of belonging in this community. And like, for Mary, again, it's not this because they don't keep their same who they are from before, but like, we do get the context of her and her assimilating to people that she was not raised with and to being a person and hiding a part of herself. And then also like not having to like abandon her entire childhood, who raised her, how she grew up, all of that. And then finding another community with the man who she loves. Like, even though they are not the same people, there's a sense of like, it would make sense if she is one of the only ones who is like, I would like to turn.
Yes. Yep. And I also just want to point out that like when she's in Mississippi, she gets on the colored train. Like, that's who she is there. And the thing is, they keep talking about Arkansas. The thing is, like, when you went to Arkansas, there would be a point where they would change the sign where then she would have been able to move with the white people, which she probably did because the people in Arkansas did not know that she was Black. Also, her husband did not come to her mother's funeral. And I think that is important part of her story.
Part of me always has thought that she had no intention of going
back. Yeah.
And that was like her temptation of going to, when she went outside to go talk to them and all of that, like there was a sense of like, if I get in danger and something happens here, maybe they can maybe I'll feel, maybe I'm ready to stay. Maybe I want something to happen, not knowing that's vampires, but like I don't think had any intention of going back.
I don't think so. I mean, she was getting on the train and stayed. Like,
okay. Mr. Ryan understands Irish history of colonialism better than some Irish and Irish Americans and some Irish American people at this point. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And then next, I think the best, this is kind of what you just said. I think it was best that Mary and Stack became vampires. Low key, that was the best way for them to be together. And I think they deserved each other. I don't know if I mean that genuinely or in a petty way. Racism will always be your downfall. If those white people had listened to the nice Native American man, that they would have never turned into vampires, but instead they got what they deserved. And I'm happy about that. Annie is the only redeemable character in this movie. She literally sacrificed herself in so many ways for the one she loved. She was always peeping shit and making sure people were taken care of. She is the best thing that ever happened to Smoke. Truly the only reason he lived as long as he did. Yeah. He took off his little thing too that she had given him to protect before he went into battle with the KKK. Like he went into that knowing that he was going to die so that he could be with her and their son. The movie ending with a black man killing racist white men and then leaving to be with his true love is black cinema at its peak. Agree.
I can't read this last one. Are you kidding?
All right. And then Megan can't read this, but I'll read it. Hot take. I was so bored for the first hour, I turned it off. That is indeed a hot take. And yeah.
You have to tell us what your favorite movie is.
I don't understand how you were bored, but that's your take. But we do ask for people to explain their opinions. And so there's so much rich history that's at the top. There's so much like history from all sorts, from West African. Like it starts off with, I believe, Irish and then Choctaw, West African, and Chinese. Even that whole scene at the Grace and Bo's market with the two different stores on the different sides, that one is the black clientele, one is the white, and Chinese people were never accepted by white people, but accepted more than black people, so they could weave in between the two different worlds, is fact. And there's a documentary that Ryan Coogler got a lot of this information from and then went and interviewed the family.
Like, were you expecting like Saw? That's like the only, like, if you were like, I like slasher gore horror movies, then to me, I think like it is like, look into the movie. If people are being like, oh, this isn't like really a horror movie, but it's being marketed like a horror movie. And I say this as someone who went to go see The Greatest Showman and I didn't know it was a musical. And that was on me. That was on me that I didn't know it was a musical. So like, if you go into something like being like, I want to be scared shitless, I think this is going, like, I want this to be like a slasher gore, jump out, scary fucking movie, like a traditional how we think of horror movies, then I do think you need to know that that's what you're going to see. Because like they put The Bear in comedy for the Emmys. Like we know that these genres
are a funny little concept.
Thank you.
Yeah. There's just, we've got like the sharecropping and the cotton picking aspects, the lynching, segregations here, the great migrations here, the cultural music. Like there's just so much richness to this story, but to each their own, I guess. All right, we're going to take a break, and when we get back, we'll get into the worst of the movie.
What I bought? A new Blink Mini 2K Plus smart security camera. What I got? 2K clarity sharp enough to see every detail of home when I'm away. Plus audio like I'm in the room, not with my bestie traveling to another city. Plus easy plug-in setup to install faster than skipping through podcast ads. But you'd never skip ads, right? Plus, I got all of this for just $49.99. Blink Mini 2K Plus. Mini camera, max performance. Shop now at Amazon.com/Blink.
Meet the computer you can talk to. With Copilot on Windows, working, creating, and collaborating is as easy as talking. Got writer's block? Share your screen with Copilot Vision to help spark inspiration. And use Copilot Voice to have a conversation and brainstorm ideas. Or maybe you need some tech help. With Copilot Vision, Copilot sees what you see. Let Copilot talk you through step-by-step guidance so you can master new apps, games, and skills faster. Try now at windows.com/Copilot.
Did you know that parents rank teaching financial literacy as the toughest life skill? That's where Greenlight comes in, the debit card and money app made for families. With Greenlight, you can send money quickly, set up chores, automate allowance, and track spending with real-time notifications. Kids learn how to earn, save, and spend responsibly, while parents have peace of mind knowing smart money habits are being built. Try Greenlight risk-free today at greenlight.com/Spotify.
All right, we're back, and now we're going to get into the worst of the film. Do we want to read other people's or ours?
How about we each do ours and then we read someone else's?
Okay. Mine's very simple, but go for
Mine
it.
is also very simple.
Mm-hmm.
My worst of the movie was that it ended. I wasn't able to sit there and watch it back to back with director's commentary, and that it won't be in theaters forever, and that the theaters that were playing it 70mm did not have reclining seats.
Love that take. Mine is the KKK. And I don't think there's any explanation needed.
Wow. Hot take for you.
Yeah.
And now some of yours. Someone said nomination for worst movie is Grace Chow for letting them in.
Disagree.
I was like grabbing mods, and I think out loud I was like, no. Because unfortunately, like, you know that someone has to let them in.
Mm-hmm.
This is like how it works. Someone's going to let them in because like it's a rickety wood building and there's so many motifs of fire. So like, you know, it's getting burned down.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've already seen it get burned down in the like the musical part where he's envisioning all the spirits and everything coming. So I know it's got to get burned down. In order for it to get burned down, a vampire's got to get in. In order for it to get in, someone has to invite him in. And she was the most logical person to do it.
Here's the thing. She's the only one there that was left that had a living child. And they literally threatened her child. And she said, I'm not letting them get to my child. I have to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And so she did what she needed to do to protect her child.
Yeah, like,
and there was a reason why her and her husband were split up. He was her temptation for a moment. But then when Remick talked to her in Chinese and was like, I know how to eat you out. Again, Ryan Coogler, this is your thing.
So horny.
So horny. And then he was like, yeah, I'm going to go get your daughter. Yeah. And if somebody is threatening your child, you're going to do what you need to do to protect them.
And sometimes that is sacrificing yourself and also like, I'm going to bide your time for the sun to come up here so you can't get to her.
Mm-hmm.
And or give you enough of an issue that you move on.
Yep.
But I will say I was frustrated at this point too. But it was inevitable. It had to happen.
Yep. All right. Then the next one, they say Mary, she's literally the only reason the vampires got in the first place. I understand she was hurt or whatever, but this is literally proof that white women tears are one of the most dangerous things to our society. I don't agree with this. She wasn't the only reason they got in. Cornbread, when he went to go pee, they would have got him and he would have come back and they would have let him in. If anybody that left, even when it was over with, they still would have got everybody regardless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Cornbread was a meandering. That was not a get out mission.
Yeah. I understand your sentiment, but they would have got in regardless of what Mary did.
Yeah.
And then the same person said, Grace, I understand her grieving her husband. At the end of the day, she was never an ally. She always wanted to cater to a white gaze and only around Black community when it served her. As soon as things weren't going in her favor, she folded and only thought of herself, literally got them all killed. They should have shot her when they had the chance. Back to what I just said. She wasn't thinking about herself. She was thinking about her child. We even, before she dies, we get an image of her. The last image we saw of Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she was thinking of.
Yeah. And the aspects of, like you were saying about having two storefronts, one her husband ran because he was socially just got along better with like the Black community there. Mm-hmm. And she was able, because, you know, white women, white women are more complacent and could deal with another woman better than they could deal with a man. And so I do think that like that's how you survived, because when they are no longer they brought Chinese people over to work in the fields.
Yes.
And like when that was no longer they were like, okay, cheap labor. And when that's no longer happening, made grocery stores. Like that is like, again, like historically accurate how this happens. And like you said, like the splitting of that visually to show two different storefronts to show that like this is, and it also still shows how of the segregation there of like the white people don't want to be shopping with the black people here. And so while it is like, I don't know if I would consider it like taking what was it? Only around the black community when it like served her versus it being like, this is how they are surviving here. And like, she is also an extension of her husband. Like,
but everybody in the black community still knew who she was. Like, it wasn't like they were out of place at the juke joint.
Or her and her relationship with Annie. Like, they're so clearly very close.
Yes. Like, she was still part of the black community. She was just the face of the other store.
Yeah. And I think, I would also assume in that her knowledge of the white people, I think she's probably also been able to keep a lot of she hears things. I could also see her being someone who's letting people know, hey, I heard this. Yep. She's getting hired by everyone to make signs and do all of this kind of stuff. Like she knows things, and that's not necessarily, I wouldn't necessarily call that like participating in that system. You can use that system to your advantage when you're also not benefiting from that system. And fundamentally, they're not benefiting from it. They're not being like cared for and supported in that way from the white community.
So there's a documentary called Honor and Duty, the Mississippi Delta Chinese. And so there's clips of it online. Also, CBS did a story on it. But I watch it and you can see, because it's like their, I think, granddaughter would make sense. Granddaughter that is telling the story. And then she also later gets interviewed because she talked to Ryan Coogler for this film and talks about how they never really fit in, but were more accepted amongst the black community. They also said Sammy's dad, in every clip, he just set me off. Something tells me that he and the way he approached his family is part of the reason Smoke and Stack ran away in the first place. Yeah.
Yeah, I really I wish we learned more about that in the relationship with Smoke and Stack's dad.
I mean, their dad, Smoke and Stack's dad and Sammy's dad were brothers. We know that Smoke and Stack's dad was abusive towards them, and that Smoke killed their dad. I think he had hit Stack, and Stack was unconscious, and then Smoke killed the dad, whichever one it was.
But it was the rumor that they had killed their dad, and it was only one of them.
Yeah, but it was only one who was protecting the other. Exactly. And then they ask Sammy, like, is he hitting you? Was he doing like, they're always asking, like, what is he doing? So
yeah, I think it's very clear there's like a system set in place, and Smoke and Stack both like were like, no, I don't want that system. And they can see that in Sammy, that Sammy's kind of participating in the system that his dad wants and the family wants, but like he's got this other part of him, like the music aspect of that. And that's why Smoke and Stack in general, like, foster that relationship, but like make sure at the end of the day, I think they know and they think that way of life that they have escaped from is safer in that sense of being like, we want it's dangerous in a different way. So I thought it was really interesting.
Me too. All right, well, that's it.
Oh, I have my final thing.
Go ahead.
So I said this before, I don't know if I said it on the podcast, that I want the LA Philharmonic to score this while we watch a movie in the park somewhere with artists' original songs inspired by the movie. And I thought it could even expand like more decades, like how it does after, like in the end of the movie. And also even covers of songs that Ryan took as inspiration or were on the Sinners playlist. And I will say I do want the graphic to look like Obama's summer playlist. I want it to be that rainbow, like so happy when Obama releases it, when like the world is like literally crashing and burning. He goes, loving Ethel Cain right now, loving Chappell Roan. And I'm like, love that we're just on a tropical vibe always. And my ideas, I made a concrete list of people who I think without a doubt would like fucking kill it and crush it. And I'm sure there's so many more, but this is like the people I want. Someone I already said, Leon Bridges, Samara Joy, Sade, Olivia Dean. This one's a long shot, but she only does things that she likes, and I could see her really liking this. Tracy Chapman, Ruth B, sure, Beyonce, but I think Solange would really like crush it.
Solange more.
Yeah. Amber Riley, she can do a cover, she can do original, anything. I need her to do a duet with Miles Canton. And then finally, Brittany Howard. It could be Alabama Shakes, or it could just be Brittany Howard.
Yeah.
And that's my
I'd
playlist.
add in Janelle Monáe.
Ooh, good call. We said that the first time.
Yeah.
I love how I'm literally adding this to my notes
as if this is gonna
going anywhere. Oh, Megan, it's important. Don't forget that we said Janelle Monáe the first time around.
Yeah. I'd also add in Rhiannon Giddens, who plays she plays guitar on like Texas Hold'em, but she is the first solo Black woman to top Billboard's Hot Country Songs chart. I think she is very much like, she plays the banjo, and I think it would just fit in well with the time.
Her Wikipedia says she also plays the fiddle. Yeah, that totally fits in both, in the blues and Irish folk music.
Yeah, and she is really into, like, knows the history of music and talks about how the West African origins of the banjo are essential to American country music, and it being set in the South. I think this would be perfect. It would be perfect.
So who do we know at the LA Philharmonic?
We know Coco, who works in the music industry. So maybe Coco, as you're listening to this, you can start putting in a word.
I'm saying we're shooting for the stars of the LA Philharmonic because, like, I think this movie is big enough. If we want to aim low, street food cinema.
Yeah.
But I think that would be like in 2 years after we've already done like the big hot shot Hollywood Bowl. Disney Music Hall, whatever it's called. Okay, that's it for me.
All right. Thank you all for listening. I really enjoyed this film, this romantasy film. I hope that y'all did too. If you haven't watched yet, I don't think we gave away too much actually, but go watch. Let us know your thoughts.
And I think you can get the romantasy lover in your life to watch this, and you don't have to give context. You don't have to be like, this is from the man who brought you Fruitville Station. You don't have to do any of that. You can be like, do you want to watch a romantasy film about like sexy, hot vampires fucking? And the answer is yes, because the only other media that we have of that's that level of horny is Twilight. I don't want Mormon propaganda.
There's a lot of horny vampire films. Vampires are just instinctually sexy and horny.
Okay, well, I guess in my realm of what I have consumed. So I'm just saying, get the
and
local
I don't think
Twilight
the Twilight
girl in your
people
life.
are sexy. Sorry.
No, it was
Hot
supposed
take.
to be because we were reading it.
They were also children.
Well, we were reading it as children, so therefore we were like, "Whoa, this is sexy." So yeah, encourage someone in your life. Watch this with them. Just turn it on and watch them enjoy it. I also feel like this is a great movie to have if you're one of those people, which if you are one of those people, invite me over, who have like the big inflatable blow up outdoor TV screens and they like sit either like in like very comfortable outdoor lounge chairs or it's like in the pool and they watch it. I think this is a great movie to watch under the stars too.
Yeah.
Okay, we hope you all enjoyed and we will
circle back.
Bye-bye. Bye. This is a Sister Sign production hosted by me, Megan Rinks.
And me, Melissa D. Montz, plus Diamond Imprint Productions.
Post-production by Coco Lorenz.
Production assistance by Melanie D. Watson.
And music by Ryan Hunter and Giacomo Picasso.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here. Wishing you a very happy half-off holiday because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. And Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So that means a half day, yeah? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
From the darkest corners of our imagination comes a game show that's more ridiculous than terrifying. Welcome to Tickled to Death, the horror comedy game show where nothing is sacred, everything's a little unhinged, and the only thing more cursed than the questions are the jokes. I'm Roz Hernandez, your fearless host, and each week I'll be leading a brave group of guests through twisted horror trivia, improv games, and enough sarcastic banter to make you question all your life's choices. So come for the screams, stay for the snark. Listen to Tickled to Death wherever you get your podcasts, and hit follow unless you want the show to follow you. In the meantime, don't get tickled to death.
There are names that echo in the world of true crime, names that carry unanswered questions. Oakley Carlson, a 5-year-old girl who deserved safety, protection, and love, yet the system built to protect her failed, and Oakley disappeared. Her community still calls her name.
Or Ellen Greenberg, found in her locked apartment with 20 stab wounds. A case declared a suicide. But how does a locked apartment tell two different stories at once?
These are not just cases we have covered. They are people. They were loved, and they mattered.
Their stories deserve to be told with care, with depth, with truth.
I'm Ashley.
And I'm Ricky.
We are the husband and wife duo behind Crime Salad.
Every week we uncover stories of the missing, the silence, the misunderstood. We ask the questions that were left behind. We refuse to let these stories be forgotten.
Because behind every case is a family holding on, a community seeking answers, and a story that deserves to be heard.
We invite you to listen to Crime Salad,
your healthy portion of true crime, wherever you get your podcasts.